Hello, great hearts. How are you doing? How is the holiday going? Hope you're having fun and you're resting as well. Okay, today I would want to talk about differentiation. Of course, we've been hearing about that as educators. But how do we apply differentiation in our classrooms? How do we differentiate? What is differentiation, if I may ask? Differentiation simply means tailoring our teaching to meet our learners' needs. But differentiation cannot happen without knowing our learners' background, knowing their culture, as well as their interests, what interests them. We also need to understand our learners' strengths and weaknesses. We need to understand our learners' needs. What are their needs? The needs could be physical needs, it could be social emotional needs, it could be medical needs. We need to pay attention to details because most of them are actually having medical needs. So today I am going to be talking about differentiation in full, and the good part of it is this: I'll be showing you how to differentiate in mathematics class. So what are you waiting for? To get the full video, click on the link to go to my YouTube channel to view the full video. Let's get started. Welcome to Topwise Educators. I'm your teacher at heart. Differentiation. How do we differentiate? Four main ways to differentiate: instructions, content or presentation, what students learn or how it is taught, process, how students learn or how it is done by the students, product, how students will demonstrate their knowledge, learning environment, where learning takes place. We can differentiate content, process, and product according to students' readiness. This is their eagerness and their level of readiness, their interest and their learning profile, how they learn and ways in which they learn. Content or presentation, what students learn or how it is taught. When differentiating our content, our learning goals remain the same. Knowing that our learners' needs and their readiness as well as their prior knowledge differs, we should endeavor to scaffold. Scaffolding means providing support for the learners. That is, we can model the teaching, we can guide, and gradually we are leaving it for them, and finally the students become independent. Right, so how can we differentiate our content? By designing activities for groups of students that cover various levels of Bloom's taxonomy. So students who have little or no familiarity with the content of a lesson can complete tasks on the levels of remembering and understanding. Students who have basic knowledge can apply and analyze the content. And students who have high levels of mastery could be asked to complete the tasks in areas of evaluating and creating. Process, how students learn or how it is done by the students. We can differentiate process according to the learning styles of our students. Some of them are visual learners. They learn by using pictures, diagrams, and illustrations. Some are auditory learners. They like listening to stories. Recording your lesson could be a better way for them, and afterwards you can play it. And then that is for auditory learners too. They like listening to stories and they like recorded videos. And some are kinesthetic learners. They learn by touching, through activities, experiments, and we also have reading and writing. This group of people like note-taking. They jot down things and they like writing. We can also differentiate our process using ability grouping and differentiating each task to ensure that it is appropriately challenging for all groups. Students could work in pairs, small groups, or individually. Mixed ability groupings in which students cooperate to achieve the outcome of the task. Some students may benefit from one-on-one interaction with the teacher. Others may be able to make some progress on their own. It depends on the learner. Product, how students will demonstrate their knowledge. These are the assessments at the end of the lesson, which demonstrate the mastery of the content. It shows that learning has taken place. But how do we know? How do we test? How do we access? It can be done in form of test using paper and pen. In form of project, it could be video project for artistic students. In form of reports, some students like oral reports, that's for good talkers. Some could prefer PowerPoint presentation, form of songs and dance, maybe for drama class, for music class, even for social studies class as well. Then learning environment, where learning takes place. How do we arrange our learning environment? Indoor and outdoor learning, how do we arrange that? Does it encourage collaboration, critical thinking, communication, all the skills the children need to acquire in the 21st century? Does our learning environment encourage that? Please, we should take note. Differentiation in mathematics class. Today, I'll be looking at addition of numbers. First, I will look at my environment. How do I station them? How do I arrange them? It could be in form of mixed abilities or learning abilities. But today, let me go into learning abilities. I'll have my high flyers, my middle achievers, and then my upcoming. And I will have my differentiated learning activities. My upcoming, they are still coming up, so they need to count, probably using objects they can feel, they can touch, considering the fact that some of them are visual learners. Then my middle achievers, they can't count with counters anymore. They are coming up, they are stepping up. So I would encourage them to count, skip count, or partition, count by partitioning. Then my high flyers are above counting 2-digit numbers by using one-digit numbers using counters or skip counting. They are above, higher, a bit higher than this. So I need to step up for them by giving them addition of 2-digit numbers. We are still covering the content of addition. Okay, so they can do addition of 2-digit numbers. Then after that, I move into my product. How do I access if learning has taken place? I am going to use my differentiated worksheet. So you can see what my upcoming are going to do. They're going to count, but they're going to do that using objects, using counters. And my middle achievers, then we also add using skip counting for me. And my high flyers would count 2-digit or add 2-digit numbers. So my advice for you today is to start up. Start up step by step, you will get there. Take it gradually, one step at a time. Don't try to use all the strategies at the same time. Gradually, you will get there. Thank you.